confirm. Am I audible? Are you guys able to hear me clearly? Can you guys confirm once, please? Okay, great. I hope you all can hear me clearly and see my screen as well. So this is going to be the data engineering with the Google Cloud Platform, the very first demo session, which is free for everyone. Okay, so welcome to the data engineering with Google Cloud Platform. In this demo session, we are going to talk about what is data engineering. The very first thing, we wanted to become a data engineer. First of all, let us try to understand what is data engineering. What is the role of a data engineer? If I wanted to become a data engineer, what are the skills that we have to learn? We are going to talk about that. And then we will also talk about the GCP overview. What is Google Cloud Platform? What is the benefits of using the Google Cloud Platform over the other cloud platforms? We will try to talk about that as well. Okay, so we will try to talk about what is Google Cloud Platform, the benefits of using the GCP over the other cloud platforms. Also, we will try to talk about it. And then I will also tell you about the detailed course curriculum. What are the cloud basics that we are going to cover? What are the data engineering services that we are going to cover? One by one, whatever the service that we are going to cover, I am going to tell you the detailed course curriculum. And next, we will be talking about the course details, such as what are the timings, notes, recordings availability, from when to when, the sessions, everything we are going to talk about the course details. All right. So this is about the agenda for today's session, guys. First, we will talk about what is data engineering. Then we will talk about the GCP overview, then course curriculum and course details. Okay. So please be patient during the session. I am going to tell you each and everything very clearly. If you have any questions also about your career or about the course or about anything, right? If you have any question, some people may be having a question, sir, how to get the job from the course? Sir, I do not have any experience on the cloud. How can I learn it? Okay, don't worry about those kind of a questions. I am going to tell you how you can able to utilize this course to get into the data engineering. How you can modify your existing experience into the data engineering so that you can apply for experienced profiles so that you can get an offer. So this particular course, I've been teaching it from the last 3 years, converted many non-IT or IT professionals into the data engineering career. More than 1,000 people we have done it. And many of the data engineers currently working in the GCP are most of my students only. Okay, so be patient during the session. If you have any questions during the session, you can please raise your hand. I'm going to give you the time for you to ask the question. I'm going to give you the time for you to ask the question. Whenever you have any question, you have a raise hand button in the Zoom or Meet or whatever it is. So you will be able to click on that. I will give you the time for you to ask the question. I want you guys to do that thing. Do not interrupt the session, please. Now, so as we were talking about, some people may be having a different questions. Sir, how would I get a job? Sir, will I be able to do it? Or what about my current experience? Does it make sense to my profile? Or I do not know the cloud at all, sir. Will I be able to learn? And many more questions you will be having it. Many more questions you will be having it. Don't worry. I am going to answer each and everything. Even though if you have any questions also, by the end of the session, it will be clarified for you. Okay, so now before we start with the very first topic, that is nothing but data engineering, I'm going to tell you about myself, guys, about me. Sir, my name is Sheikh Saidul, and I'm currently working as a solution architect at Contact. I'm also a consultant at Databricks. And coming to my education, I have completed my master's degree from NIT Trichy. And I do have more than 9 years of experience. I think 10 years of experience into the data and AI field. Coming to the certifications, I have done many certifications, guys, in the GCP, Azure, AWS also I have certification, Databricks, Python, Terraform, many other certifications also I do have. Coming to the trainings experience on the Google Cloud Data Engineering itself. So I've been providing the GCP Data Engineering training from the last more than 3 years, I would say. More than 3 years. It's been more than 3 years I've been teaching. I know what to teach you. I know what companies are expecting from the GCP data engineering. What things, if you learn, you will be able to get the offer letter. All of those things, I have a good idea because I've been in this market from the GCP data engineering from last 3 years. When we have started, no one knows about the GCP data engineering. I've converted many into the GCP data engineering from the last 3 years. So I can do it, and I want you guys to be, you know, follow the session, attend the session regularly, and practice properly. If you do it, it is very, very simple for you to get the job as a GCP data engineer. Now, without any further delay, let us try to talk about what is data engineering. Very, very, very important topic. And most of the companies nowadays, there is no company now without worried about the data. Every company you take, they are worried about their data. They're worried about how to utilize this data so that they can improve their business. Every company, you take any company, the one of the important aspect nowadays is data. When I have the data, no one comes. Only the data engineer should work. Sir, if I have the data, can ML work? No. If I have the data, can AI work? No. If I have the data, can data analyst will work? No. If anyone wants to work first, the data engineer must work on it. Right? So the data engineering, let us try to say, what is data engineering? Can anyone guess it? What is data engineering? If anyone can tell me what is data engineering? What do you guys think about data engineering? Anyone? Any answers? What is mean by data engineering to you? Okay. Okay, don't worry. Sir, I see some of the people pasting the answers in the chat box. That's totally fine. Sir, let us try to understand what is data engineering in a very, very simple terms. So now just think that usually what happens is that every business will be having a data. So every business, you take any company, for example, the moment you wake up in the morning, you wanted to have a breakfast or you wanted to travel from one location to another location, what do? We interact with an application. We try to open the application. We try to open the application such as Uber or Ola or Swiggy or Zomato. The moment you try to interact with an application, that is where the data that is getting generated. You have a data that is huge amount of a data. There is a huge amount of a data that is coming from the applications like Swiggy, Uber or Flipkart, Zomato, Amazon, plenty of the e-commerce applications, plenty of the food platforms. There is a data that is coming in the form of a files also. When you go to any kind of a firms, usually they store the data in the form of a files, such as CSV file or a JSON file or a Excel file, right? So some companies store the data in the form of a files. So some companies store their data in the form of a databases, such as MySQL database or a SQL Server database or a PostgreSQL database. Sorry. And there is a huge amount of data that is coming in the form of a sensor devices. So you have a nowadays the sensor device usages become more. So every sensor devices generates a huge amount of data. Sir, we have a data that is coming from multiple data sources such as application, files, databases, IoT devices. Databases and IoT devices. So here we have a huge amount of data. Now you tell me what we can do with this data. What do we do with this data, sir? Can we delete this data? Because this is a previous data. If one record is, for example, if I am purchasing one item today and the record is generated, There is no use of that record, right? There's no use of that particular history of the data. Tell me, what do we do with this data? Shall we delete it or shall we do anything about this data? Tell me, guys, what we can do with this data. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, I see some of the answers. That's very good. So let me gonna tell you very simple, sir. So what a business engineers say is that, whatever the business manager says that, so whenever you have a data about your company, you have a huge amount of a data for your company, you try to understand the data. The very first thing that you have to do is that you try to understand the data. When you try to understand the data, it will give you some kind of a insight. It will give you some kind of a insight, and these insights are very useful for the business improvement. These insights are very useful for the business improvement. You take any company, every company wanted to grow. Every company wanted to grow, whether they wanted to increase their sales, or they wanted to improve their customer satisfaction, or they wanted to improve the customer count. So every company wanted to improve or grow. If they wanted to improve, how they can do it, sir? If you ask me, if you try to understand the data that you have, if you try to understand the data, that will give you some kind of a insight. Those insights are very very useful for the business improvement. Those insights are very very useful for the business improvement. So that is where every company nowadays wanted to take their data, understand it, get some kind of a insight so that they can improve their business. They can use this data for the decision making purpose. So that is the reason nowadays you are seeing Amazon live sales, Flipkart big billion days. So these kind of things usually come. How do you get to know that I can put a big billion days on this particular day, or this particular week, or this particular month? So how do they get to know? It is only because when you try to understand the data, you get to know, hey, the sales are very less in this October or November period. So then if I try to come up with some kind of a sale discount, offer a year end sale, something like that, if I come up, people will be very interested to purchase the products. So such a kind of a ideology or a decision comes when you try to understand the data. So that is what is data engineering. The data engineering gives you insights. The data engineering gives you insights. Those are very, very useful for the business improvement. But sir, how to do that? Sir, now the thing is, data engineering is going to be giving you the insights to improve the business. That is correct. But sir, how to do that? If you ask me, this is what we have to do. But how to do it? If you ask me, the very first thing is that we have to extract the data. Now that you have a data that is coming from multiple data sources, you have to extract the data and store it here. Sir, I have a data source. These are my multiple data sources. So we have to extract the data from these multiple data sources, and we have to store it here. We have to store it here. Okay, so the very very first thing is that the data may be coming from different servers. The applications are running in different servers. The files are coming from different locations. Databases are running in different areas, servers, and all of those things. So the very first thing as a data engineer that we do is that we ingest the data from these data sources into a single layer. Right, sir? If I wanted to do some kind of analysis on top of my data, I want the data to be available in a single location. I want the data to be available in a single location. So that is the reason we extract the data from these data sources and store it into one single layer called data lake. So here we are going to store the data in the as it is. We are not doing anything. We extract the data from here and we store it here. Right. So now you have the entire data in a single location. That is nothing but data lake. A lake is nothing but a repository, like where you can store the entire data. It is a repository for your entire data in the raw format. Now tell me, sir, can I understand the data or can I analyze the data now? Can we go for the analysis now directly? Can we go for the analysis, guys? I want all of you to answer it. No, the answer is no. Exactly. So the answer is no. Sir, my sessions are going to be very interactive. I want all of you to be a part of the discussion. I do not call these a one way. I wanted to teach, you have to listen. That is not going to be the thing. I want you guys to be a part of the discussion, a part of learning, so that it is easy. So when you are actually be here, so you will be here when you wanted to answer something, you should listen something, right? So that means you will be for the entire 1 hour session with me. That's what I'm expecting. So that's how you learn also. So now, sir, I have a data that is coming from multiple data sources. I extract the data and store it into one single location called a data lake, and we are stored in the form of a raw format. But sir, I cannot go for the analysis because this data may contain duplicates. Agree? Sir, this data contain duplicates. Do you guys agree? This data may contain the bad records. This data may contain the null values. Data may contain unnecessary information. Do you guys agree? Please confirm. Yes, right. So as this data containing a lot of duplicates, bad records, null values, unnecessary information, we do not go directly for analyzing the data or understanding the data. We do not go to that step directly. Instead, we introduce a one more interesting aspect of data engineering, that is nothing but the data processing. Very, very, very important aspect for every data engineer to learn about how to do the data processing. Data processing, here you process the data. So here you process the data. What do you mean by processing? Converting the data into by usable format. Here the data, we have the data, but I cannot use this data for the analysis. We cannot use this data for the analysis. So what is processing, sir? Converting your data into a usable format, preparing your data for the analysis, adding some kind of a value to the data. So data processing is can be done with a different frameworks out there in the market. You can use pandas framework, you can use spark framework, you can use Apache Beam framework, you can use in Python. There are multiple aspects are there in the market. So you can use any of these tools to do the data processing. In our upcoming sessions, we will see in a very detail, but the data processing where we remove all of these issues. We eliminate these duplicates, bad records, null value. So now you have the data in a proper cleaned format. So in a data processing, you are going to clean the data, you are going to prepare the data, you are going to convert the data into the usable format. So that's where the data processing, one of the important aspect. Then once the data processing is completed, we send this data to the data warehouses where we can do the analysis. So here we are going to perform the analysis with a simple language called SQL. So we are going to use a language called SQL, and we are going to perform the analysis. Whatever the analysis that you have done, right? Whatever the analysis that you have done, that can be consumed by the BI reporting, machine learning, data science, and ad hoc analysis purpose. The consumers like BI reporting, nothing but you can create reporting and dashboarding. You can utilize this data for creating the machine learning models. You can utilize this data for the data science activities. You can utilize this data for the ad hoc analysis, or you can utilize this data for the decision making purpose. So this is how whatever the analysis that you are going to do, it will be utilized by your consumers. So these are all your consumers. So this is data engineering. This chart tells you the data engineering, and one more important aspect is that you will also take care of the data governance and monitoring, making sure that your data is accurate. So you are moving the data from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, right? So the data is moving from all the steps from here to here, right? So during these platforms, when the data is moving between the platforms, you need to make sure that the data is accurate and complete and access control. So that will again be done with help of the data governance and monitoring. Data governance and monitoring will make sure that your data is accurate, complete, and controlled within the platform itself. So this is what is data engineering, everyone. On a high level, what is data engineering, sir? If you ask me, this whatever you are seeing on the screen, this is data engineering. And the next thing, in a simple, sir, can you tell me the definition? The definition is this one, guys. In a simple terms, what is data engineering definition, sir? If you ask me, so data engineering is a process of collecting the data, organizing the data, and preparing the large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. That's the main purpose. So data engineering is a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. And how do we do that? The next question is, this is definition, but how do we do that, sir? To do that, we are going to build, it involves designing and building the systems. We have to build pipelines. We have to build the infrastructure that allow the data to be captured, stored, processed, accessed efficiently and automatically, because we don't want it to do the things manually, because we are not dealing with the one record, 10 records, 100 records. We are dealing with the thousands and millions and trillions of the record on a daily basis. So that is the reason we are going to create a automated systems. So we are going to build the automated infrastructure which will capture the data, store the data, process the data, access the data efficiently and automatically. That's nothing but data engineering, guys. That's what we do in the data engineering. That's we should do in the data engineering. I hope this is clear. So I hope you guys are looking at the definition as well as process. Take a minute and try to read this particular 2 lines. Look at the definition and try to read this definition once, please. Take a minute and try to do that. All of you, please take a minute and try to read the definition and process in the data engineering. Okay, so this is what is data engineering, guys. Very good. I hope you guys have read it. Right now, what is a data engineer do then? What data engineers do? So data engineer may work on data ingestion, they may work on the storage and management, they may work on the data processing, they may work on the data quality and governance, they may work on creating the data pipelines, they will work on the performance optimization. So data engineers on a daily basis, they are going to work on these different areas. So data ingestion, meaning that just now we have seen, we have to collect the data from the different source systems and we have to ingest it into the data lake. And the storage and management, we need to you know find a system or create a system where it should be scalable, secure and efficient to store the data and control the data. So storage and management is nothing but, so where you have to find a scalable solution, store your entire data in a single solution and you can also control it. That's nothing but data storage and management. And data processing is nothing but converting your raw data into the meaningful information. That is nothing but data processing. And data quality and governance is nothing but maintaining the data accuracy, compliance, completeness. Similarly, the access control. Data pipelines is nothing but we are going to create a end-to-end data pipelines which will be automatically capturing, storing, analyzing, and creating. And performance optimization, nothing but whatever the code that you have created, whatever the pipeline that you have created, it should be tuned, it should be working in an optimized fashion, right? So that it will be storing the less data, it will be processing the less compute, it will be charging the less cost. Economical, you should do all the things in an economic way. So that's how, so data engineers on a daily basis, they will work on any of these aspects, such as, so a data engineer may work on the data ingestion, a data engineer may work on the data storage and management, they work on the data processing, they may work on the data quality and governance, they may work on the pipeline creation and performance optimization. Right? So when you are working as a data engineer in the company, you may be working on any of these aspects. So that's the reason in our upcoming session, we are going to focus on each and every aspect in very detail with examples, case studies, projects also. With examples, case studies, projects, and you will also have a lab sessions and you will have a assignments also. That's what it is. I hope so far what is data engineering is something is clear to you. Some high level idea you might have got what is data engineering. You might have got a high level idea of what is data engineering. Now I am going to tell you what is Google Cloud Platform. Before that, anyone have any questions on the data engineering? Before that, anyone have any questions on the data engineering? Please raise your hand. Only on the data engineering. Don't ask me any questions related to the course curriculum, the career details. We will talk about those things in the next few minutes. Okay. So now let us start. I do not see any hand raise. So let me gonna just talk about what is Google Cloud Platform. Tell me what is Google Cloud Platform, guys? Or what are the other cloud platforms that you guys know? What are the right? Yes. Right, very good. So now tell me what are the other cloud platforms that you guys know? AWS, Azure, Oracle. Tell me, guys. IBM, Alibaba. Sir, there are multiple cloud providers available in the market. So these are all cloud providers. You see? So these are all cloud providers. These are all cloud providers. Right, sir. Sir, AWS is a one cloud provider. Azure, one cloud provider. GCP, one cloud provider. Oracle, one cloud provider. IBM, one more cloud provider. Alibaba, sir, there are multiple cloud providers available in the market. Right, sir. Multiple cloud providers available in the market. Tell me what these cloud providers provides. What they do, what they provide us, guys. Can anyone guess it? What are these cloud providers provides us? Okay, very good. Anyone? Speak up. Storage, someone says storage, someone says infrastructure. Sir, I'm gonna call it as a cloud computing service in a simple terms. So they provide a storage, they provide a infrastructure, they provide applications, they provide a plenty of the clusters, many things they will provide in a simple term. So the cloud providers provides you the cloud computing services. So what the cloud providers provide, sir, if you ask me, sir, cloud providers provides us the cloud computing services. Cloud computing services. But what do we do with these services? Why these services are required? If you ask me, for example, without the cloud platform, if there is no cloud platform, what will happen? Let us just see. If there is no cloud platform, assume that, sir, you have some 100 terabytes of the data, and I'm asking you to store this data. And tell me, where do you store it? Sir, I am going to give you some 100 terabytes of the data. I want you guys to store this 100 terabytes of the data. Tell me where you can store it. Without the cloud platform, there is no cloud platform. Just assume that, sir, there is no cloud platform. How do you store this 100 terabytes of the data? Not GBs, not MBs, terabytes of the data. Right. So you have to go for a traditional methods. Sir, if there is no cloud platform available in the market, if I wanted to store the data, we have to follow the traditional method, because if there is no cloud platform, if I wanted to store the data, we have to follow the traditional method. But tell me, sir, what is a traditional method? What are the steps involved in the traditional method? Sir, if we wanted to store this data, first we have to worry about purchase the machines. Yeah, agree? And install operating system and libraries. Okay, take care of the networking, assign the storage, configure the backups, and take care of the maintenance, monitoring and maintenance, security. Yes, security. A lot of things comes into the picture. And once you have all the things, you can, once your system is ready as per the standard, once your system is ready as per the standard, then we can able to go ahead and store this 100 terabytes of the data. Right, sir. It is not straightforward, isn't it? You see here, if I wanted to store the 100 terabytes of the data, it is not straightforward. What I have to do, I have to build the entire systems, purchase the machines, install the operating system, networking, storage, backups, monitoring, maintenance, security, everything we have to take care of it. Tell me how much time this will take. Tell me, guys, how much time this would take. So this would take a good amount of time. So this will not only take a time, so it will take a lot of time. First thing, it will take lot of effort also, and lot of money also. Right, sir. So when you are working on the traditional methodology, when you are following the on-premises culture, when you're following these methodologies, what is the problem, sir? It is going to be taking a good amount of time, effort, and money. It is going to be taking a good amount of time, effort, and money. Right, sir. So it will take a good, at sometimes it will take month, or it can take 2 months also, 3 months also. It will take a lot of people, and it will take a huge amount of money also to build this entire traditional methodology. Then we can store the data. But when you go to the cloud platform, what happens, sir? When you go to the cloud platform, sir, what will happen? If I go to the cloud provider, right, sir? If I go to the cloud platforms, cloud, if I go to the cloud, what will happen, sir? Tell me what will happen? What we have to do? Exactly. Exactly. Right. Very simple. When you go to the cloud platform, you have to set up your account and billing and find a suitable service, because the services are readily available. Right, sir. So find a suitable service. Right. For example, to store the data, there is a Google Cloud Storage. Right, sir. To store the data, there is a Google Cloud Storage. To analyze the data, you can create a cluster. So you have to find a suitable service. Once you find a suitable service, what we can do, sir, for storing the data? Then we can directly go ahead and store it. That's it. See here, when you are working in the cloud platforms, when you are using the cloud computing services, what is this service, sir? If you ask me, this service is nothing but the cloud computing service. That service is nothing but what, sir? If you ask me, whatever you are seeing here, this service is nothing but the cloud computing service. This is offered by the cloud platforms, cloud providers. So when you are working in the cloud platform, there is no overhead on the engineers. There is no overhead. You don't have to worry about building the infrastructure from the scratch. You don't need to do that, because you have a ready-made services available in the market. You have to find a suitable service from your cloud provider. Start storing the 100 terabytes of the data. Hardly takes 1 day or 2 days for you to do that. But whereas in the traditional method, it was taking months, a few months to do the entire thing. So that is the reason most of the companies, this is a simple reason you can understand. This is the reason that most of the companies are moving from the traditional methodology to the cloud. This is the main reason. The time, less effort, less money comparatively. And no need to compromise on the security. No maintenance activities, no monitoring, all the things are taken care by the cloud platforms. So that's the best thing about the cloud platform. So that is what is cloud providers provides us, sir, if you ask me. So the cloud providers, what they provide us, sir, if you ask me, they provide you the cloud computing services. And these services are very useful. So this, they provide the cloud computing services for the organizations. They provide the cloud computing services for the organizations. So that's what this is. They provide the cloud computing services to the organizations. So organizations can utilize these services, utilize these services for what purpose, sir? Tell me. Can utilize these services for what purpose? So storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, visualizing the data, govern the data, monitoring purpose, and main all of these activities, many more also. You can, so cloud computing service, the organizations can utilize these services for storing, processing, analyzing, visualizing, and govern the data and monitor the data. So this is something that you can. So that's the idea over here. Right, sir. So there are multiple cloud providers available in the market. There are multiple cloud providers available in the market, and these providers are providing you the cloud computing services, and these services are offered to the organizations. The organizations, when you are working in the company, organization nothing but your company, like your Accenture or like your Infosys, TCS, any of these organizations, what they do, they utilize these services for you storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, visualizing the data, govern the data. So you don't have to worry about building the resources from the scratch. You don't have to do that. That's the advantage of the cloud platforms. So one of such cloud platform is what, sir, if you ask me? One of such cloud platform is a Google cloud platform. One of such cloud platform is a Google cloud platform, guys. One of such cloud platform is a GCP, Google cloud platform. What is Google cloud platform, sir? Definition, look at here, the definition, very simple. So Google cloud platform, pay attention here, sir. Google cloud platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides a cloud computing services, to the organizations, so that organizations can utilize these services for storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, visualizing the data. The arrow marks are indicating the definition here. Very simple definition. Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to utilize these services for storing, processing, analyzing, and visualizing the data. I hope I told you what is a cloud provider. I told you what is the difference between the traditional system and cloud platform also. I hope you guys got some high level idea of what is cloud platform and what is Google cloud platform. Back to our slide, so you can see the definition here. Take a minute and try to read this definition once. Take a minute and try to read this definition word by word, line by line. I want you guys to read it. It should make sense to you. Once we have seen the definition and all of those things, it should make sense to you. Now tell me, guys, look at this one. Answer. Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider that offers a range of products and solutions to help the organization to build the application, deploy the application, scale the applications and services in the cloud. So that's what it is. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. Sir, it is one of the leading cloud provider that offers a range of products and solutions to help the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud platform. Sir, you can also see what features it is offering, sir. If you ask me, GCP provides a highly reliable services, secure, scalable infrastructure that enables businesses to leverage the power of Google's extensive global network and data centers. Okay, sir, Google, whatever the services it is offering, right? Those services are reliable, those services are secure, those services are scalable. So that is the reason we come to the Google Cloud platform. So GCP is providing you these services at a very less cost, high reliability, and security, and scalable. And Google has the data centers throughout the world. These data centers are also there in India also we have GCP data centers. So you have it in Delhi and Mumbai. In Delhi and Mumbai, we have two data centers in the Google Cloud platform in India. So that's something that you can see. I hope you guys got the definition. Sir, you have been telling, sir, it is providing you a plenty of the services. GCP is offering you a plenty of the cloud computing services. But sir, can you show me the high level set of services that it is offering? What are the set of services it is offering, sir? If you ask me, sir, Google Cloud Platform is offering you these many set of services. It is offering you the compute services. It is offering you identity and security services. It offers you the management tools, networking services, big data services, storage and database services, and machine learning services. So Google Cloud Platform is offering you plenty of the services. You see, compute services, IAM services, networking services, big data services, storage and database services, and machine learning services. We as a data engineer are going to mainly focus on this big data and storage and database services. So these are the services that we are going to mainly focus on. Sir, why we learn GCP, sir? If you ask me, sir, Google is scalable. Google services are flexible and scalable, reliable and secure, and cost effective compared to the any other cloud platform. Compared to other cloud platforms, the cost effective nature is there. When you compare the services in the GCP with Azure and AWS, the cost of the service is less in the GCP. That's the reason most of the companies have started using the GCP. And fully managed, and community support, and fast and global. So scalable meaning that you can go your infrastructure seamlessly without any worried about the resources. The availability is there, cost effective nature is there. You can focus on the development rather than building the infrastructure. And community support is there, fast, and the interface is very simple, and the services are available throughout the world. That's the reason it is called global. So the services are, available throughout the world. So these are the features of the Google Cloud Platform. And when you look at the growth rates or Google Cloud Platform growth rate is here, sir. So if you can see here, when you are looking at the brown color, you can see here the growth rate for the GCP is more than any other. So AWS, if you compare the growth rate of the GCP compared to the AWS and Azure, GCP's growth rate is more. Growth rate is more. So that means Google Cloud Platform is growing like anything in the last quarter, right? So the opportunities are increasing, and you have a market, you see a market dominance is there, consistency is there in that. Okay, so Google Cloud when the companies are started using the Google Cloud Platform, that means there is a good amount of opportunities for the data engineers. There is a good amount of requirement for the data engineers. That is something that we have to make use of it. And now, finally, we came to a session where we are going to talk about the detailed course curriculum. Now that I have told you two things, I've told you what is data engineering, what is Google Cloud Platform. We have seen both of these two topics. Right, sir. Anyone have any questions so far? Before I talk about a detailed course curriculum, anyone have any questions? If anyone have any questions, you can please raise your hand. Otherwise, we will talk about the detailed course curriculum. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes. Yes. I'll talk about that. So detailed course curriculum, we are going to see it, guys. Whatever the topics that we are going to cover as a part of the next 3 months, we are going to see here. Okay. The very first thing, we are going to start with the cloud basics. The very first thing is that we are going to start with the cloud basics from tomorrow. So the course will be started or commenced from the cloud basics. We are going to talk about GCP introduction, interfaces, console walkthrough, free account creation, GCP locations, IAM and admin. So the very first thing that we are going to talk about is cloud basics, which will take somewhere around 6 to 7 hours. After that, we will be starting the programming. We will start with the programming where we'll learn Python, we'll learn basic Linux, learn Apache Beam, we'll learn PySpark also. So this is the second topic. So first we will talk about the cloud basics. Then once the cloud basics are completed, we'll learn the programming such as Python, Linux, PySpark, and Apache Beam. And then we are going to look at the data engineering services. We will talk about the data engineering services such as cloud storage, cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, Dataflow, PubSub, Airflow, Cloud Functions, Databricks, Terraform, and Data Fusion are complementary. Right? So Terraform and Data Fusion are complementary. That is provided as a video, which are taught by me only. But yes, so which is not very much important. If it is not very much important, I would rather give you as a video than any other thing. So data engineering services, if you look at it, we are covering the cloud storage, cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, Dataflow, PubSub, Composer, Cloud Functions, Databricks on Google Cloud Platform. We are also covering the Databricks on Google Cloud Platform, Terraform, and Data Fusion. Then projects and case studies. In each of these services, when we are learning, so for example, when you are learning the cloud SQL, we will talk about the cloud SQL database migration. And when you are learning the BigQuery, we will be having 2 data analytics case studies on the BigQuery. Dataproc, we will be learning 3 end-to-end pipelines. PubSub, Dataflow, 2 end-to-end pipelines. Here one streaming pipeline is also added. Composer, 4 end-to-end DAGs. Cloud Functions, 1 use case. Databricks, we are going to learn about 2 case studies. One is on the streaming case study, autoloader case study. So that when you are learning these data engineering services, we are also learning about the projects and case studies and use cases. And as a part of this particular course, I'm also offering you the complementary projects. One is GCP Healthcare project. One more is Databricks Traffic project. Or I can change it also. Okay, I'm gonna just turn. What I want is that GCP project. Let's not mention the area, right? So yes. Now look at here, guys. Sorry. So complementary projects. So there is a one GCP end-to-end project is there. One Databricks end-to-end project is there. I'm going to give you that is for free of cost. Right, so everything that you are going to, if you wanted to learn everything from these projects, you need to learn all of these things from me. Otherwise it will be very hard for you to understand these projects. This will be offered to you guys once we complete the course. I'm going to give you the GCP end-to-end project and Databricks end-to-end project, 2 things. Right, you can see 8 hours, 5 hours, it is nothing but we are going to learn a lot of the things in the project itself. And finally, these are the course details, guys. You can see the course details here. So I'm going to change the course details because this was for the evening batch. I wanted to change it for the 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So currently this batch is 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on a daily basis. This is what is going to happen. Okay, look at here, guys. So this is the everything that you require when it comes to the course curriculum. You have it here. Course details. When it comes to the course details, the timings are here. The timings are 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. daily 1 hour session, Monday to Friday. No sessions on Saturday, Sunday. No session Saturday, Sunday is for the assignment. Course duration is 3 months. Live sessions only. Daily recording will be provided. So if you, even though if you miss the session, don't worry about it. You will be having a recording. that is having an access of 1 year, 1 year access validity. And comprehensive notes will be provided. Let me show you the notes also. A comprehensive notes will be provided to you guys. So this is my notes, which is very, very famous. So you have here the cloud basics, whatever the cloud basics I have told you, right? Introduction, interfaces, walkthrough, locations, IAM and admin, all of those things. Such similarly, what Python, what are the topics that we are going to cover, and what is GCS, how to create a bucket, Cloud SQL. In the Cloud SQL, I told you database migration project. You have here database migration phases and project. This is project. Similarly, BigQuery, what is BigQuery? Data set working, table types, partitioning, clustering, complex data types, examples, nested and repeated fields. Told you 2 case studies. If you look at here, there are 2 case studies for the BigQuery, right? So that is nothing but here. One case study on the project, case study on the Spotify, one more on the social media, and BigQuery views and optimization techniques. Dataproc, what is Hadoop, what is Spark, what is Dataproc, how to create a Dataproc cluster, Spark and PySpark, architecture, lab sessions to learn the PySpark here. You have a lab session to learn the PySpark. And case study 1, case study 2, case study 3. I told you 3 case studies here for the Dataproc. You see 3 case studies. So we learn everything and then we build pipelines in the Dataproc also with a 1 case study. You can see here the case study. This is a project overview. This is one more. This is one more. So you have each and everything. Similarly, if you go to the data flow, what is data flow? How it is different from the Dataproc? What is Apache Spark? What is Apache Beam difference? What is Spark pipeline looks like? What is Beam pipeline looks like? Everything is covered. Creating a workbench, lab session to learn the Apache Beam. Sample data set for practice, template method of creating the pipelines, case study 1, assignment 1, case study 2. I told you 2 case studies. You have 2 case studies, 2 end-to-end pipelines. And then we go to the airflow. So level 1 DAG, level 2 DAG, level 3 DAG, level 4 DAG, and implementing the CI/CD assignment. You see 4 end-to-end DAGs and assignment. Cloud functions. What is cloud function? End-to-end use case. You have it here, one use case. What is Databricks? Now the final topic, Databricks. A lot of things on the Databricks. What is Databricks? Databricks architecture. How to set up a free trial on the Databricks. Setting up the workspace. What is Metastore? What is workspace? How to assign it? And lab sessions. What is cluster? Cluster types, notebooks, features, DB utility commands, Unity catalog, Delta tables, data frames and operations, structured streaming, autoloader, workflows, and project. So everything is covered end to end over here. Everything is covered end to end over here. You can see. And you have a complementary, I told you, Terraform and Data Fusion. So these two things are complementary, guys. You have it here. And additionally, some of the things are also there. You can also check it out. And the next thing is that once you have completed everything, we have a community. You can join the community. And you here you have the resume templates. If you wanted to create your resume, you have a resume templates. And these things I will tell you at the end. I'm just telling you, you have an interview tab. So interview introduction and project 1, explanation, project 2, how you can able to explain your project in the interview. Data engineering theoretical questions, data engineering SQL coding questions, Python coding questions, PySpark questions, manager round of questions, certification dumps. This course is a package. So this is a package of course. Everything is provided to you from basic to advanced, whatever the things that is required for you to crack the interviews, whatever the things that is required for you to upskill, all the things are covered end to end. So whatever you are seeing on the screen, this is our detailed course curriculum. If anyone have any question, please raise your hand, guys. Do not just talk directly. I want you guys to be, please raise your hand. I'm going to give you the time for you to ask the question. And before that, if you are anyone, whether you are wanted to, if you are looking for a job, or if you are looking for a career growth, or if you are looking for a high demanding roles, or if you are looking for a better salary, or if you are coming from non-IT professionals, or you are working on a testing background or mainframes background or support roles, if you wanted to enter into the data engineering, so this is going to be happening with the data engineering, guys. That is possible with help of the data engineering, so I can tell you that. So this is our course curriculum. Now please raise your hand if anyone have any question. Please raise your hand, guys. Anyone have any question, you can please raise your hand. I see. Yes. Arunava. Sorry. Arun, can you? Yes, please. You can unmute yourself and you can talk. Good morning. Yes, please. Yes. Yes. BigQuery. Inside the BigQuery, when you look at the uh, Spotify case study, you will understand that, right? So a specific thing is not, there is no such thing as separate topic as data modeling. When you're working in the project, right, you will get to know, hey, this is how you have to set up your fact tables, dimension tables. That's something that we have taken care over here. So you'll be able to see that fact dimension tables, that when you are when we are covering these things, you will come to know what is a fact table, what is a dimension table. So how we are going to see here dim users, dim songs and fact, so you'll understand that particular concept over here. So not to be a separate thing, it comes under one of the data warehousing technique we follow, and that's companies across all the companies will follow the same thing, that's covered. Yes. All right. And anyone have any other question, please raise your hand, guys, if anyone have any questions. Or you can also, text in the chat box if you are not able to talk also. If you have some questions, or you can raise your hand and talk to me directly, or if you have any question, you can also, paste your question in the chat box. Yes, please. Yes, please. Please tell me. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. So exactly, I'm going to tell you how to create a free tier account in the Google Cloud platform. In this free tier account only, whatever that are required, whatever we are going to implement, such as projects, case studies, everything, lab sessions, all the practice we are going to do in the GCP account only. No system requirements are required. So you just need to have a good internet, and that's it. We will go to the web browser and open the Google Cloud, set up the account and start utilizing it, because GCP is offering you a free trial worth of $300 for the next 3 months. That is something that we can use. And yes, okay, I'm going to tell you that. I'll tell you. And yes, this is the only time that is available, because the other batch is in the middle already. So we as a course providing you the two batches, guys. One is in the morning, one is in the evening. The evening batch is in the middle, and currently the morning batch is getting started from today. Right. So this is online. Yes, this is online only, guys. All these topics we are going to cover online. So whether you are a fresher or whether you are a experienced profile, nowadays there is a good amount of opportunities for the junior data engineers and senior professionals also, right? So whether you have any experience also, you can put last 2 years or 3 years on the GCP and attend my course, and you can go for the interviews. Yes, after the 3 months itself, you can able to apply the question. That's one of the question in the chat box, sir. Can we apply the companies after 3 months? Right. So whether you are coming from any background, that's not a age is not a problem. I have never seen that. I have never seen there is a age problem. No, there is no such thing as age problem. So I have seen one of the person who is having 47 years, and he attended my course, and he is able to become a senior solution architect within their within the same company, from non-technical to the GCP. It is possible that whether you are coming from any background, whether you are coming from anything, the only thing is that you need to have a proper documents, and then we can put the same experience saying that, hey, I'm working in the so and so company from the last 3 years on this particular area, GCP data engineering. I have worked on these many projects, right? So you create a resume like that, you go for the interview like that. Okay, so that's how we are going to do it. Okay, so that means, for example, I have a simple chart over here. I would like to, hey, give me, man, I'll give you the time. Please raise your hand, I'll give you the time. So look at here, guys. So this is something that I can showcase to you. So whether you are having any experience, right? So sir, I am a fresher, or sir, I am a 2 years or 3 years experience, or sir, I am a 7 years experience, or I have 11 years of experience, whatever you are. What you have to do, the main important thing is that you have to create your resume according to this experience. If you have 11 years, last 3 years on the GCP, 9 years, last 2.5 years on the GCP, 7 years, last 2.5 years on the GCP. So that's how you prepare your resume accordingly, according to this experience. And go for the interview. And the rest of the experience is your current experience. Whatever the current experience that you have, right? You have to put the rest of the experience as current experience. Right? So that is something that you have to prepare your resume, go for the interviews, crack the interviews. And whatever that is required for you to crack the interviews, whatever the knowledge that is required for you to work in the company, I am going to deliver it to you. I am confident enough on that because I've been doing the same thing from the last 3 years. Okay, the knowledge that is required for you to crack the interviews and work comfortably in the company is on me. What is on you is that attend the sessions regularly, practice the topics regularly. So that is something that you can say, sir. What is on me, what is on you is must be clear. So that is, for example, whatever the knowledge for you to crack the interviews, I'm going to deliver it. And whatever the knowledge you wanted to work comfortable in the company, right? When you join in the company, right? When you got an offer in the company, once you crack the offers, once you got the offer letter, you work in the company. This I'm going to teach you. Everything. This I'm going to teach you properly. But what you have to do is that attend the sessions regularly. You should do on a daily basis, attend the session regularly and practice properly. If you do this thing, I am telling you, within these 3 months, if you are following this pattern for 3 months, if you are following this pattern for 3 months, you are ready for the interview after the 3 months. You're directly ready for the interview. You can attend the interviews. You can attend the interviews directly. This is something that I can say. This is something that most of the people already proved it. More than 1200 people have achieved the courses. And recently, very, very recently, one of the girl, her name also I know, some I forgot. I can tell you the name, but I don't want it to. And she cracked 40 LPA offer letter with just 8 years of experience. Seven, I think 7.5 or something, but let's just say 8 years of experience. Okay, so that is something that you can see. Yes, there will be a placement support also, how you have to provide, how you have to attend the interviews, and how you can able to prepare your resume, how you have to follow the things. All the things will be covered, guys. Yes, there will be. And so that's how the things. First thing is that there is a good demand outside. When there is a good demand, they provide you the good amount of packages. But if you wanted to do that, you should attend a proper course, practice properly. That is something that you can see. Of course, you should be able to justify 2 years of experience or 3 years of experience with this course. With this course, you can even tell I have 4 years of experience also on the GCP. That much level of knowledge, that much level of confidence, that much level of projects I am going to cover in the course. Okay. Yes, sir. Mock interviews is something that we are not doing it at this present, but 1 minute. Sorry, sir. Mock interviews is something that we are not doing at this present. But if you need anything on a mock interviews, additional charge will be there, and we will be helping you to how you can able to mold yourself for the interviews. So that is an additional basis that you can do. That if you want it, you can ping us. You can ping us in the chat box. I'm pasting my number in the chat box. I want you guys to ping me for the enrollment. For enrollment and any other queries also, if you have, you can ping me. I have pasted my mobile number in the chat box. I want you guys to take it. Any mock interview support, any placement support that is required, that is an additional charges. This is only for the course related we are talking about. If you need anything, we can arrange you. Even if you are working in the company, you need some kind of a work support, sir, I'm not able to work properly also, we can arrange it. But I'm saying you that most of the people does not take any of the work support, any of the interview support also, because the course was designed in a very very simple way. Anyone can understand it. From basic to advanced we are covering. Okay. Yes. um if anyone have any questions, please raise your hand, guys. If anyone have any questions, please. Yes, Ramashankar, you have any question, please? Yes, please. Uh-huh. That's fine. That's fine, Ramshankar. That's totally fine. Whether you are coming from any experience, you attend my course, and we say that, hey, I have completed 60. I have more than 6 years of experience. This is what you can see, right? This is what you can see, right? So you can set 2 years. Hey, last 2 years I've been working on the GCP projects. I worked on this project for 1 year. I have worked on that project for 1 year. For example, let's just say hypercase. Sir, Ramashankar here having a 6 years of experience. Hey, Ramashankar. Hey, my name is Ramashankar. I have total 6 years of experience, and last 2 years onwards, I've been working on the GCP project where I've been working on a healthcare domain, and this is what is my activity that I do. And before that, I was working on another GCP project where I was working on a some other services. That is something that you do. Before that, I do have 4 years of experience where I was working on a database activities or some other things that you explain, right? So that's how you explain, and that's how you mold your resume. Okay. Sure, sure. Right. So that is it. Yes, 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 please. Reporting side. Okay. 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 How, see, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not sure who is talking actually. I cannot, can you tell me your name? Ha, Gulshan. So the thing is that once after this course, you will think that, sir, instead of working in the Power BI, you can also become a data engineer. Okay, that's what is the main thing, because Power BI, you look outside, you look the demand outside, you see the exposure outside. Opportunities are very less, the demand is also less. Okay, because nowadays data engineers are capable of doing the reporting also and dashboarding also. There is no separate such as reporting or dashboarding nowadays. But the thing is, once after this course, I highly suggest you to go and switch for the GCP data engineer, because there is a good demand for you. The moment you applying for companies, you see the trend that, hey, people are looking for the GCP data engineering. You will understand that there is a high amount of opportunities, and with a decent hike also they are offering. So that's something for sure. You will get the knowledge that you want, that you are looking currently. Sir, I need some kind of a knowledge on the GCP side. Yes, this course will give you not only just the knowledge, but also it will give you the good knowledge for you to, apply for the GCP profiles itself. Okay. Yeah. Of course. Yes, of course. Of course. With this course, you will be getting a good amount of knowledge that is required for your current work. Of course, of course. Why not? VS Code, GS Code, everything. Our code itself, see, Beam Labs, it will be there on the VS Code only. Every code is on the VS Code, and we are going to develop our code here, deploy our code. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. So I think I might not have shown you, but if you can go to the Airflow, you have here implementing CI/CD, you have a GitHub, Cloud Build, CI/CD, everything will come. Okay. Yes, yes. Yes. There is a question, sir. Will this course provide enough knowledge for me to handle real work time? Yes, that's the main aim of the course. The main aim of the course is to work comfortably in the company. That's what I have told you, right? So I am going to tell you how to crack the interviews, work comfortably. That's the main aim, right? So that is going to be, sir, can we use the projects in our interviews? Yes, that's the main. Why do we cover the projects? So you just change the client name, you put the same project and go for the interview. So that is what you can do, Mayank. Yes. Yes, someone was talking. Yes, please. Yes, Dhaneshwar. Yes, please. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. Mm, uh, 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months, I guess. 6 to 8 months is pakka. But what is happening? Sometimes we delay. There is a delay in the deletion also. But for sure, 6 to 8 months is there. Okay. But I'll speak with them. Yeah, I'll speak with the team. Yeah, I'll speak with the team. Yes. Yes. Sure, speak with the team. Yes. Okay. And so here you have. I want you guys to take a screenshot of this one so that you have everything on the screen, whatever that you are looking. Yes, Aruna, you have any question? You are talking on mute. Yes, please. Huh? Huh? Uh-huh. There's one thing in. So there's something already there. So in our one of the project, you will be having a, how you can able to create a BI reports in the Looker. Yes. 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 No, no, you have to create your own accounts. I'm gonna tell you how to create a free account, and you follow the same thing. I will create in front of you. You also create in front of me. Yes. Yes. Uh, yes, no worries. I'll tell you how to create a free account in the next account also. I'll tell you the process. Don't worry about that now. Yes. Mm, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you. I'll tell you later. Yes. The PySpark will take around 7 to 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours. And again, after that, the case studies again. So the entire data proc will take around 10 hours plus. The major time which will be spending on the data proc, data flow, airflow, composer, data bricks. So the most of the time is here because this is where we build the pipelines. And someone was asking some question. I forgot it. What was that? Sir, who will be taking these sessions? I will be taking these sessions. My name is Sheikh Saidhul. I am the trainer for you guys for the GCP Data Engineering. You can check me outside Google, YouTube, Instagram, anywhere. You will find me. LinkedIn, anywhere you find me. I am the GCP trainer from the last 3 years. I teach it, and many professionals who have learned from me become a trainers also nowadays. But this is a this is me. I am the trainer for this entire course. Yeah. Yes. Anyone have any other question, guys? Please raise your hand if anyone have any questions. Sir, will be able to separate SQL classes? Will you be taking? No, the SQL is the prerequisite for this course, guys. I forgot to tell you. The SQL is the prerequisite for the course. Okay, so basic knowledge is enough. And rest of all the development, SQL development will be covered in the course. Okay, basic knowledge and the SQL is the prerequisite for the course, and rest of all the things like SQL development in the BigQuery, Cloud SQL, everything will be covered in the course itself. Don't worry about that. And the next thing is that, sir, do we require any prior knowledge or Python? No requirements, sir. Python, PySpark, all these things are I'm going to teach you from basics to advanced. So don't worry about these things. You don't need to have any knowledge on these things. So think I am going to teach you in such a way that you are going to hear the word called Python for the first time. If you are hearing the word something like Python for the first time, and I will teach in the same fashion. You don't need any kind of a knowledge prior. I'll tell you where you can learn the SQL, but I will try to come up with some kind of SQL playlist also. But covering that thing also will take a lot of time, so that's not covered within this course. Yeah, but I'll tell you where you can learn. Python, Linux, PySpark, Apache Beam, all the things are covered in the course. You don't need to have a prior knowledge on these things, guys. Whatever I have mentioned here, you don't need to have any prior knowledge. I am going to teach you everything from the scratch. Yes. Forgot to tell you. Forgot to tell you. Yes. So from this particular batch onwards, guys. So maybe I'll just give me 1 minute. I am gonna just showcase our uh, the course curriculum PDF. You might have already have the PDF, but I can you know come up with. Sir, from this batch onwards, we are introducing the AI fundamentals in the GCP. Okay, from this batch onwards. Okay, yes. So let me go now open this thing. So yes, this one, guys. Whatever you are seeing on the screen is same thing. The course curriculum everywhere is same, but this is, you can see here, guys. So from this batch onwards, we are also introducing this thing, guys. That's nothing but AI fundamentals for the GCP data engineering. So this is something that we are covering. Okay, we are covering this particular thing, guys. You can see here. That is AI fundamentals. What is AI? What is ML, machine learning fundamentals? Some of the Vertex in Google Cloud Platform, you have Vertex AI is also there. Some basic idea of how these AI works, ML works in the Google Cloud Platform. What is machine learning? The types of machine learning, and how you can able to interact with the Vertex AI from the GCP services. That is something that we are going to cover. This is somewhere we have added up. Nowadays, AI is important for everyone. Some of the GCP services, how we can able to interact with it. So we are going to cover that particular requirements in this particular thing. So this is something that new topic from this particular batch we are adding, and which is very very useful for you to enhance your AI skills in the GCP also. Okay. Yes. I think I should add it here somewhere. I will add it. This entire topics will take 3 months of duration. Yes. Yes, please. Here it is. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can. Yes, guys, I think some of the people have joined late. Maybe I can just tell you about myself. One of the guys already requested me. So my name is Sheikh Saidhul. You check me anywhere on LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm available and active. And the role, I'm working as a full-time solution architect at Quantec. I'm also a consultant in Databricks. I have completed my master's degree from NIT Trichy, more than 9 years of experience and multiple certifications. This particular course, GCP Data Engineering, I'm teaching it from 2022 onwards. I've started around 2022 end. It's almost more than 3 years. 2020 end, somewhere in the 2023 mid onwards, regularly the sessions have started. That means more than 3 years onwards, I've been teaching the GCP Data Engineering. I know what companies are expecting from the students. I have even taken in my company, I have even taken more than 150 plus interviews at Accenture, as well as I worked in Accenture also. I worked in currently in the Contact and Databricks. I've taken many interviews also. I know what people are expecting, what projects are expecting for the GCP data engineers. Okay. Yes. Yes. I worked for Accenture. Currently, I'm working in Databricks and Contact. Great. And in Accenture, there's something called AGBG, Accenture Google Business Group. We built that. We built that. We built that. I was a member in top 10 members in who built the AGBG, Accenture Google Business Group. So we created that forum, and we recruited a lot of people, and Now that is regularly happening, plenty of the opportunities in the AGBG group itself, and the same thing happened in the LTI also. So different companies we have worked on. Yeah. Okay. So yes. So for those people who are going for certification, I told you, I actually have told you already. You have it here, the certification. Yes. 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 You have it already in the notes. Right, everything is package of this thing, guys. Interview support is provided. The package, oh, sorry, the certification dumps are provided. Interview questions are provided. End-to-end basic to advanced course is covered, including the case studies, projects, everything. Even we have introduced the AI fundamentals for the GCP data engineers also. That is something new that is going to be happening. I don't think nowadays anyone teaching AI fundamentals for the GCP data engineers. This is the first time I'm starting. I hope you are going to cover. So Vertex AI, basic knowledge on the Vertex AI and Gen AI, you are going to learn it in this particular course. Yes. As a part of this course, you are going to understand what is AI, what is ML, what is Gen AI, how we can able to integrate those things in our current projects is something that you are going to see. What XAI, how the companies are utilizing it. That's something that you are going to learn from me. Yes. Okay. So this is all about the course, guys. I hope you have got a lot of good amount of knowledge from the course, the high level idea of what is the course curriculum, all of these things. If you guys have any questions, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, we are going to have a demo session tomorrow also. So we are going to have a demo to tomorrow at the same time, guys, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. same time. And please attend the session regularly on a daily basis, because we are going to start the very important topic, the very first topic. That's nothing but this one. We are going to start this thing tomorrow. GCP introduction and interfaces. So do not miss even a single session. All these sessions are regular sessions only. These are available to you for free. That is the reason. Don't think that sir, these sessions will be covered again. No, these are regular sessions. We are going to start our very first regular session. That is nothing but the GCP interfaces and introduction tomorrow. Very important. Everyone must learn tomorrow at the same time, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. The sessions are going to be starting. And for those people who wanted to enroll for the course, please ping your admins. They will help you with how you can able to complete the enrollments. Okay, so admin numbers are already in the chat boxes. Please connect with them. Okay. Yes. All right, so this is a course of 3 months, guys. Some people might have already known me from the Udemy and all. Udemy is not the course, it is only the projects. You will don't understand the projects without the course. Okay, this course is detailed course, full length GCP data engineering. Everything will be covered. So basic knowledge and the SQL, if you wanted to learn it, will tell you how you can and where you can learn it. Yeah, we'll tell you guys if you wanted to learn the basic knowledge and the SQL. I'll tell you where you can also learn it. Okay. Yes. So we will meet tomorrow at the same time, and we will start with the very first topic, GCP data engineer, GCP interfaces. Sorry. Sure. I'll talk about that. Okay. Yes, Neeta, you have any question, Neeta? 1 minute, guys. Neeta, yes, please. Course fee and yes, any course fee and anything, please connect with an admins only, guys. They will help you. So maybe just on a high level, I'll tell you one thing, guys. Okay. Um, this thing. So you might be already having the admin contact in your chat box, or admin or management team. We call it as management team. So what you can do, you have already in the contact in your chat boxes, and for for enrollment, access to Zoom, access to recordings will be provided by them only. Please connect with them. Okay. So these things will be provided by the admin team only. They will help you. Okay, the course related, any course related, I am going to the one, you know, taking care of it. And if you guys wanted to enroll anything, if you wanted to talk about the course we access anything, please connect with the admin team. You have the contact in the chat box. Please refer to that. Okay. Yes. And yes, anyone have any question? Someone was talking in between, right? Yes, please. Where is that? Who is talking? Dhaneshwar? Yes, right. So I think let me just, yeah. Yes. Okay. Sure, sure. And yes, from tomorrow onwards, the sessions will be on time, guys. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. For sure, it will be covered. Don't worry about it. I even have my own work timings also. I'll try to complete it 8, 8:05 maximum. That's it. Will not go beyond that on a daily basis. Maximum 8, 8:05. That's it. Okay. Yes, even I have my office. I have to go. Yes, for sure. Okay. Yes. Right. So what
Why
I
can't
want
I?
to yes, please.
Why can't
Sorry.
I hear other questions? Other
I
people.
just wanted to tell you guys, as this is a demo session, right? During the demo session, what happens is that we have multiple meetings are going on at the same time. As these are
Okay.
demos, once the regular session, once the batch is formed, right? So then everyone in will be in the same portal. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 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 Thank you.
Sorry for that. Yes. I hope you guys have learned something out of the session today and got to know about what is data engineering, what is Google Cloud Platform, the detailed course curriculum. And I want you guys to ping your admins, ask about the details of how to enroll and all of those details, and try to start enrolling for the courses. Get access to the material. I forgot to mention, you need to get access to this material also. The material access will also be provided by them only. If you want any access related to thing, ping admins. You already have the contact in the chat boxes. Okay. Yes. I Yes. This course is getting started from tomorrow itself. Yes. At the same time, guys. Thank you all for attending the session. I hope you have learned something today. And if any of your friends or family wanted to switch career into the data engineering, I'm here, right here, to help you transformed into the data engineering. Okay. So thank you all for joining today. I appreciate your support. Thank you all. Thank you for being patient during the session. Hey, I pasted the contact details of admins. You can take it. Okay. Right. Thank you all. Bye bye. Have a great day. We will meet tomorrow at the same time.